Jesus Christ, just when you think that we've gotten past these ridiculous data leaks, something worse just comes along. Now, I know that I'm late to the party on this. It's been out for a few weeks now, but I wasn't able to cover it when it first came out, and some new developments have came. So some of you may not know because you're not based in Ireland or the UK. The police service in Northern Ireland has had probably the worst data leak I've ever seen in my life. Not just in terms of the amount of data that's been leaked, but just the consequences that it could have. And I can just tell that there's some administrative worker sitting at home right now thinking about what the next 20 to 30 years of their life is going to feel like. So for those of you who don't know, up to about 10,000 people's data has been leaked by the police service in Northern Ireland, including police officers, their name, their addresses, initials, stuff like that, but also civilian workers that work for them. And most interestingly of all, 40 of these members apparently were in the Secret Service or something. They were at the very least undercover. Apparently how this happened in the first place was someone tried to access a FOIA request, like a Freedom of Information's request, including various information such as rank and names of certain police members. And what they did was they accidentally leaked an Excel spreadsheet containing all the information of all the police officers and civilian workers as well. Apparently it was up for 2 hours or something before they finally took it down. But just enough time for various people to document it and the data to get leaked. So this would be pretty bad alone as itself, but because it's in Northern Ireland, this takes on a whole new meaning of terrible. Needless to say, Northern Ireland's, those of you who are abroad and aren't aware, most of Northern Ireland's modern history since the 60s has really been filled with civil war, various groups attacking each other and committing all sorts of heinous acts. And of course this involved the police service in the middle of all these conflicts. There's a good deal of former paramilitary groups and various other groups that still exist to this day that have a lot of reasons to want to target police officers in Northern Ireland. There's various paramilitary groups and various groups that still exist in Northern Ireland that are looking to target police officers. Needless to say, I'm struggling to think of any modern, developed country in the world that would have a larger consequence of data being leaked for police officers' personal information, And exactly what we presumed was going to happen eventually did happen. Within a week, I think some provincial IRA groups, or whatever the fuck they're calling themselves nowadays, they posted notifications that they had received all the data on various police, various ones that they wanted to target. Just almost like a middle finger to say, fuck you, yeah, we have this data now. So unlike in the Republic of Ireland, in Northern Ireland, the police do carry weapons, they carry firearms, and there's been a large amount of requests for police officers to take home guns with them. And carry them to places like church or mass or whatever like that whenever they're going for service. Some union or a special interest group for police in Northern Ireland has hinted at some sort of lawsuit or legal case to do with these data leaks because of just the sheer negligence and the effect that it's had on every single person. It just goes to show that even if your cybersecurity systems are completely bulletproof, then all it takes is one person to fuck up, and then and the consequences could be absolutely dire. It's been funny watching the media report on this the last 2 weeks or 3 weeks as it's came out. It's been an absolute shit show. Until more information comes out, we're really just guessing as to what consequences could happen from this, but it's just insane to deal with. What a time to be alive. I wanted to do a video on this just as I heard that the chief of the police service in Northern Ireland has quit over the data leaks. I mean, there's been a lot of other controversies as well. I mean, they can't go really 2 months without causing some sort of fucking ruckus, but safe to say this is probably one of the worst data leaks that's certainly happened to the country, but possibly all over Europe. As I make this video, there's upwards of 10,000 members who have had their data leaked, and this includes, of course, personal information, some addresses, and various other identifiable information as well. I'll be keeping an eye on this in the weeks to come, but it's just funny to see the police services leak data and cause up to €280 million worth of damage by their own negligence.